Coastal Mist has been serving fine chocolates and desserts for more than 16 years. And today, for some reason, they're going to let me into their kitchen. For me, it's a dream come true. But for them, I'm hoping it's not a nightmare.
We're traveling the state to learn how people stay safe in their weird and wonderful jobs. I'm Corey Jenkins, and this is Oregon Odd Jobs. If you closed your eyes and walked into Coastal Mist, you would know exactly what type of shop you were in just by the smell alone. The smell of chocolate. Everywhere you looked, display cases were filled with the most mouth-watering concoctions imaginable. But this was just the final product. Behind the scenes was a whole lot of work. All led by this guy, the captain, the owner, and the chocolatier himself. This is Kevin Shaw.
Sorry, I didn't see the hand.
You're good. Okay, so Kevin, tell us a little bit about Coastal Mist.
Coastal Mist, we are a high-end chocolate boutique. We make everything from scratch. Beverages, drinking chocolate, drinking caramel, confections, desserts, sandwiches, side salads, chocolates, you name it, we make it in here.
What are you going to have me help you make today?
So we're going to make a new chocolate today, which will have a bottom layer of strawberry pâte de fruits.
What does pâte de fruits mean?
Paste of fruits.
Paste of fruit.
Very much, spelled out that way. But it'll have the pâte de fruits layer and then a strawberry milk chocolate layer with strawberries from the garden.
Okay, go to work?
Yep.
Okay.
First coffee.
In this kitchen, there's a lot to be done, and it feels like it's all happening at once, because it is. But it all started with this.
What's the number one rule of the kitchen?
To wash your filthy hands when you come in my kitchen.
With my filthy hands fully clean, we were off. This is Nicole, Kevin's protege and sous-chef, and she was going to walk me through making the first layer of our new creation.
So what are we making here, Nicole?
Strawberry pâte de fruits. So we've got strawberry puree, so that can go into this pot here. So this is just strawberries right out of our garden that have been warmed up and then blended.
Oh, they smell so good.
And scrape all of that in there. This is sugar and glucose.
Sugar and glucose.
And trimoline, so go ahead and dump that all in here.
Oh.
So then this is gonna go on here. And we're gonna bring this up to a boil. And we're gonna cook this until we hit 74 bricks.
74 what?
Bricks. So it is a measurement of sugar density in products, but we measure bricks because it's more consistent from fruit to fruit.
How do you measure bricks? With a brickometer?
This is a refractometer, so that's what this is here.
What?
And this, we'll put a little dot of the syrup mixture on here, and the amount of light that refracts through the sugar syrup, it tells you how much sugar is in that solution. It's very basic.
Very basic.
The way to describe it, I know.
I've never heard about bricks. I've never seen this.
This went on for a while. While we're waiting, you may have heard Nicole mention that these strawberries came from the farm. The farm is actually on Kevin's property, and this morning we picked some fresh strawberries for ourselves.
We're here in your beautiful orchard. What's all of this about?
It's the orchard and the berry patch. I think we've got almost 30 fruit trees throughout the whole property, but this is the main concentration.
And you use all of these in your product?
Yeah.
And so we began hunting through the berry patch for the freshest, tastiest strawberries of the bunch.
Oh, those are so good.
Pâte de fruits, here we come. Back in the kitchen, our strawberries were heating up.
Now we're starting to boil, so now's where it'll start to spit, and you really gotta watch out for it.
That's right when I want to lean in and smell.
A boiling pot spitting a sticky substance? What could go wrong?
Huh? I'm down, I'm hit.
Obviously, this was a minor incident, but part of safety isn't just avoiding getting hurt. You also need to know how to react to not make an incident worse. In this case, wiping the glob away was the best bet. Trying to pull it would have likely brought some skin along with it, turning a minor inconvenience into something more. Now that the mixture was boiling, it was time to put the refractometer to work. We wanted to see 74 bricks, but it wasn't quite ready yet.
How many bricks today, Captain? 74!
And so it went for the next few minutes. Stirring, checking, and stirring and checking until finally it was ready.
You're gonna dump everything in that pot onto that steel pad.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, look at that. It's already like congealing.
You can see where it's like rounded. That's showing you it's already setting up.
No way, that's so fast.
So that is pâte de fouille.
Pâte de fouille. We did it.
From fruit to chocolate, it was time to make the ganache for our second layer. That right there is a bowl of chocolate, butter, cream, and tremoline, which was about to spend a few minutes in the microwave, while Nicole was blending up some freeze-dried strawberries.
We're just gonna kind of look at it, toss that around. You can see it's not melted yet. Get that smell though.
Yeah.
The chocolate, you'll get some vanilla notes.
The strawberry powder added to the aromas, and with a bit of mixing to help the chocolate melt, things were looking good.
And literally, this formula was created yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah. 'Cause
So is that a fun part of your job, is coming up with like new ideas?
I think that's the primary focus of my job, right?
Do you ever have stuff where you're like, I got this great idea, and then it's awful?
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Once the temperature was right, we were ready to pour. We spread the chocolate out to each edge and then scraped off the excess. While we're waiting for it to crystallize, let's talk about chocolate for a minute. How do you get your chocolate to look like this instead of this? Well, part of chocolate is cocoa butter, and that can crystallize in a bunch of different configurations, one of which gives you that fine chocolate look and feel. How do you do it? Tempering. I'll let Kevin explain.
Tempering chocolate is to align one specific crystal of the 6 that exist in cocoa butter so that you get a shine and a snap once it's all set up.
And chocolate, it's temperamental, right? Hence the tempering.
Yeah, I mean, ba-dum-bum. What we're doing right now is just trying to bring the temperature down before we put our pre-crystallized chocolate into there to then seed those crystals into the whole thing. If I just threw in this chocolate now because it's so warm, it's just gonna melt out all the crystals.
While we were waiting, we had some time to talk about some lesser-known safety issues in the kitchen.
We know about non-slip mats and all that stuff, but wearing the right footwear and stuff is always crucial because you don't want screwed up feet.
Okay, but what about the dangerous piping bag?
Look at the size of your hand. Don't have a piping bag where you're literally like holding onto a grapefruit. You know, only control what you can. If you look at my wrist, if I'm holding something like that, you don't see a lot of work in the tendons and the muscles in my arm as I'm flexing. But if I expand out my hands, all of a sudden you can see that my forearm is flexed. And you can see as I move it, every tendon, every muscle is kind of strained.
So make sure to get the right size bag for the job.
Yeah, so that you can comfortably control it with your hand.
Back to the chocolate. The temperature was just right, so we added the pre-crystallized pieces to the basin. These chocolates would melt in with the rest and help to spread the correct crystallized formation to the entire batch, ensuring that all of it would have that shine and snap that Kevin was looking for. The only way to know for sure was to test it.
So what we're doing now is we're gonna wait about 2 minutes. If it's not setting in 2 minutes, we need more crystals.
Well, after 2 minutes, our chocolate looked like this.
So now if you look, it's sat for a few minutes. You pull the paper away, you see how, it's got some rigidity. You know you've got a good crystal structure. Pretty much, you have a tempered chocolate at this point.
Now that the chocolate was properly tempered, it was time to prepare for cutting. Nicole poured on a thin coating called a foot, then flipped it, and we added a coating to the top.
What we're seeing is it's starting to set, so then we're gonna go like this. Okay, cut one.
We had one more cut to go. Just had to remove the chocolates, clean the wires, and turn the sheet 90 degrees.
Let's keep it nice and steady.
Yeah! That was satisfying. Boom!
Don't lift that back.
Oh, don't lift it up.
Don't lift it up. Not until your product's off.
Satisfying and terrifying.
With the pieces cut, the only thing left was to coat them with chocolate. And even that had a technique.
Here we go.
We're
Dipping.
gonna do like a couple in at a time. So kind of press it down so you have your edges all covered. We're gonna do this. This will pull off excess chocolate, kind of vacuum it off. We're gonna take a little bit of the excess off the bottom.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna go like this, angle it slightly so it slides, and then gently pull your fork out of there.
Now it was my turn.
Boop! And then press it down like.
Yep, just get in there.
just to
That'll
the
cover
top?
your sides. Yep.
Okay.
For the most part, I wasn't doing too bad. But then, every once in a while,
Oh no!
It's okay. Just flip it. You're fine. Don't freak out.
Like I just did?
You gotta relax, man. It's just chocolate.
as we filled up the parchment paper, all that was left to do was a quick drizzle of pink to indicate flavor. And then the taste test.
Well, Kevin, we've done all the work. Now we get to enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Chocolate, fruit, got the crunch, everything you could ever want in a chocolate.
Heck yeah.
Perfect. That's it. It's a wrap. Thanks to Coastal Mist for letting me check Chocolatier off my bucket list. It was a delicious experience. We'll see you next time on Oregon Odd Jobs.